Yes, thank you. Thank you. You're welcome to my daily broadcast. Thank you for joining me. Tonight, I'm going to be talking about what I title Never Say Never. I'm sure you've heard that before, said somewhere. Never say never. And tonight, I'm going to be focusing on the fact that where you're going, the next level that God is taking you to, the new that God is going to take you to, be careful. Watch it. That while you are going in there, you don't make promises. You understand that will bind you when you get into your new. Don't make the kind of promises that you will later regret, or promises that will work against what the Lord wants to actually have you do when you get to your new. Don't be hasty in making promises now because it looks to you like, what's the cost? Nothing. I can make different examples, of, how one, can, think that, oh, this thing can never happen. No, it can never happen. This time has passed. It can never happen. And then it happens. You just think that this is something that, no, this is not, then it happens. So that is why, because you do not know what obtains where you're going, you have to be careful that you are not too hasty. Let me make an example of those who travel abroad. You see a young man and a young woman, they love each other so much. And then they're not married, but they, one wants to travel. In these days, even when they're married, these things don't hold any longer. Even the fact that it's legal does not hold. Talk less of two people that are not married. But as they are going, they are feeling so emotional. And the one that is going, who does not know what obtains there, is making promises to the one that is on ground and telling him or her, please, I will come back for you. Nothing will ever make me, forget you. I will make so many promises, so much that the woman or the man that is left behind will now waste so many years waiting for him or her. Rather than both of them saying, look, I really wish this will work. Go there and see how it works, and let's see whether we continue. Go there and see how this works, and we see, if after a while, both of us, we still believe that we should continue. Rather, they make promises, they swear, they do. In fact, in those days, some will even go as much as having oaths. And these things matter to God. They do matter to God. Don't bind yourself to things. Don't bind yourself to people now, unnecessarily, when you are going into your new. Because you see, with your new comes different things. When you get into your new, there are so many different things that come there emotionally, things that are different from what you feel right now. And apart from emotions, there are different views of life that you have not seen before. You're going to get into them. If up till now your problem has been lack of money, maybe you're going to go into too much money. There are two levels of money, people having money. There's the level that most of us operate in, which is not enough money. There's another level of money that it is having too much money where you don't know what to do with money, and and people live in these two sides. And so maybe you're crossing, maybe the new that God is taking you to, it's a financial new, from here to here, and then you've not gotten there. You don't know exactly what God is going to take you into. And before you leave this position, as you see yourself getting into the new, you open your mouth and say, no, I am going to give 90% of all that I earn. 90% of what I will be earning is what I am going to give into the kingdom. 90% of what I earn is going to give to the church. I am not going to. And you just commit blindly, because you look at it that, if I begin to earn 10 million naira every month, no. What will I do with 1 million? 1 million is enough for me. I will give away 9 million. I can give the church 9 million. Or you say, I will give 40%, 50%. You just say it carelessly. You say it on this other side. You're so quick to say it on this other side. The Lord is saying to you tonight, don't be quick to make commitments that you will be forced and, be forced, to follow through when you get to your new, or that you may now be, have to break when you get there, and it will not please the Lord. Be hesitant. Don't be hasty. Don't jump into making commitments at this point that you are entering into your new. You do whatever it is, you're going from one stage to another, you are living where you are going into your new, you are going to next level. Don't be too quick to, to just dash out commitments like that. As I said, when you're going abroad, it happens. Now, let me tell you some things that, they look like impossible in time past. Let me make a funny example. When I came into the university in 1991, 91, 92, 93, we started wearing bell bottoms. It was strange, but when enjoying it. This was fashion coming back. We know that our parents used to wear this bell bottom. We saw pictures of our parents wearing bell bottoms. So it was nice to wear bell bottom and, be feeling good and all that, Then we thought to ourselves, we said it there, we said, no, the guys did not join us. Men at that time did not wear bell bottom. Only ladies wore bell bottom. And we knew that in our father's times, men even wore it more than the women, but this time, it just looked as if bell bottom was too ridiculous for men. I honestly thought that a time will never come that men will wear bell bottom or anything that looked lousy and all that. No, men's fashion had gone beyond that. Now it is women that can play with their trousers, play with all those things, different shapes, different size, different cuts, that men had gone beyond it. Lo and behold, here we are, 2022, 2021, 22, 23. See the kind of things men are wearing. In fact, it's bell bottom is the most modest of all the things you can talk of right now. You can see what Ashake is wearing. You can see what all of them are wearing. I mean, big, anything outlandish and something that in just a few years ago, you and I would have said impossible for men to wear. That men will not go back to this kind of fashion. Only women will be testing and doing all sorts with fashion when it comes to trousers. So never say never. Some things that you think will never be, they come to be. So it's better that when you come before the Lord, you are not hasty in making commitments. So also when you are going to make commitments to men, because if nobody is there between you and a man, if you are making promises, God is there. In politics, we always have this issue with godfathers and their godsons. All of a sudden, a son, a godfather and the son, shortly after election, they start fighting. And then you're wondering why. Didn't they talk these things through before? Sorry, the light, I'm adjusting the light. Didn't they talk these things through before all this started happening and all that? But the truth of the matter is, at some point, the son must have made some commitments to the father. In fact, for instance, when you never hope to become a governor, you never hope to become a chairman of local government. You never dreamed of being it. All of a sudden, they came tapping on you and said, come, you're going to become the chairman of so and so. The next thing then they say, look, so what are you going to, it will just look like it, me that I did not think I was going to become anything. You have called me to come and become. I will give everything. What are you talking about? Because on this side is looking to you like, what can't you give? Because, to be frank, you never thought of it. This is the person that is thinking it and asking you to, what? Then you give out promises and do all that. There are those who want to become governors and they promise this person commissionership, promise everyone they can promise this and that. They are on this side of it. They do not know what the other side is going to look like. What is going to happen to them emotionally, happen to them economically, happen to them, several things. When you get to where God is taking you to, and then you are making commitments here. You should be careful how you make commitments on this side of the divide. Before you cross over, be careful how you make your promises. Remember the story in the Bible where a tribe like that actually lived near Israelites. God had told the Israelites to kill all, to wipe out all that were nearby them so that they will not have problems in the future. But there was this tribe. They pretended and came to the Israelites. And then, they said they came from far. And they wanted Israel to make allegiance with them and make promises that this and that and that. And they, without making their findings, just made the promises and said, oh, of course, And they gave away freely that allegiance to them, saying, we will do you no harm. Be our neighbors. And they could not change it any longer. They could no longer change it. As in, that became it. They didn't seek the Lord. They didn't find out. They just threw it away. If you make commitments now that will later contradict what God wants to ask of you in the promised land, you would have lost a big deal. I mean, you would have cost God a lot. Because you see, getting into your promised land may look like, oh, everything that God has promised me has happened and that's it. No, but entering into your promised land is the beginning of the work that God has brought you to do on earth. That's the beginning of the work. And so don't joke with what you say, right now. Yes, some commitments have to be made. Between you, when I'm talking about making commitments, it has to do with you, between you and God, and between you and man. Don't be quick to make promises even to God. Don't be quick to make commitments into God. Even the Bible says it. Before you made the commitment, God did not force you to make it. Don't stay on this side and be saying, God, when I become the VC as you have promised, then I will do. You will now list all that you will do, and then you will swear by it in your room and swear by it before God and say, this is what you are going to do. God has not asked you, but you swore. Then you get there and you find out that you don't even wish to do half of the things that you said you wanted to do. Then you have gotten there and seen that, look, even the things you thought were so important, they are not so important, but you are still bound by your word. And you have uttered those words before God, foolishly before God. He said, you don't come back to God and be telling him, God, those things I said, I didn't mean them. Why say them? So watch what you say on this device. What God will give to you, he will give it to you. He has promised, and he has brought you this far. He didn't bring you this far to now back down, to back out. He's going to take you in there. Watch the commitments you make. Watch the vows you make to God and to man before you enter your new. Because your new will come with its own different scenarios entirely. Your new will come with its own baggages entirely. Yes, if you are going to make, you will have to make some commitments on this side. You commit to loving God no matter what. That you will love God. You will never love God less than this. That you will give to him everything he wants. This is what you have been on this side. This is how you have been on this side. So you are reiterating your commitment to him. That, Lord, the way I have been committed to you, I will not stop being committed to you as I cross over. Because being committed to God does not know circumstances. It's not supposed to be changed by circumstances, and you can maintain that at any level. Hey, but you do not now say, when I get there, I am going to do. You now mention the things that you physically do that you do not know if you will be able to do. Those are the things I'm talking about. Commit to him your passion, your desire, your heart, this thing. Even ask for him to give you even more grace to love him the more as you enter where you are entering. For this, you cannot be mistaken. For this, you cannot miss it. In this, when you talk like this, when you ask like this, you cannot fail. You cannot miss it. But do not go to the territory that you are not, you do not have control over. And when you are making commitment to your benefactor, maybe the person that is going to assist you to enter into where you are going, or the person the Lord puts you under, or the person the Lord is giving you to show you to where you are going, be careful that you are also not hasty to say the things that you will not do tomorrow. God hates someone breaking his promises to him and to man. God hates it when man makes commitment and he does not stand by those commitments. It will be very wrong. In fact, if there are things God wants to do with you, but you use your mouth to commit yourself to another, that you are going to do this and do that, and God will skip it. It may be painful, a big loss to God, but he does not want you to be an unfaithful person. He does not want you to be a disloyal person. He doesn't want you to be. No, that is not. When you see someone who knows God and then he goes into the territory that unbelievers operate, and then he's disloyal or is you know, unfaithful and all those things, he has not followed through with the principles that God is teaching him. Because it is with us who know God that they should find loyalty and faithfulness the most. So wherever it is, or whatever it is that is going to make you to commit, be watchful that you don't commit beyond your knowledge of where you're going. Don't be hasty to commit. Because never say never. You will think that this will never matter to you. You will think that this can never, no, it can never be wrong. If I commit at this level, it can never, no. But never say never. You get in there and you find out that you that said, I will never do this to your benefactor. You that you're telling your benefactor, I will give you all the hand to do everything. You get there and you find out that it is impossible for you to do. And then it becomes, you know, like you're, then a big fight, you know, ensues between you. So, as I have said to you tonight, learn to watch how you commit. Learn to watch how you commit. On this side, when you get to the other side, when you get to your next level, when you get to where God is taking you, you will know what you can commit to and what you cannot commit to. Thank you for being there again this night. It's been my pleasure. See you tomorrow, 8 p.m. Bye.